Welcome to Wholesale Hardknocks. This podcast was created by me and Daryll squatting up together and doing badass shit. And we want y'all to do the same. So most importantly, squat up in the comments and do deals together. And then like the video, subscribe to the channels. Yo, Daryll, take them away, big dog.
It's about community building. Join the community, reach out, squat up, join the campfire, baby.
Let's go, baby. Episode
dog.
2. Wholesale Hard Knocks. It's your two favorite hosts, the most handsome dudes on YouTube. It's your boy Daryl. I got my brother with me, the Mike Gomes. Mike G. What we saying? The G stand for gangster. That's what I'm talking about.
Gangster, bro.
Bro, we have a special show to y'all for y'all this Wholesale Hard Knocks Wednesday. We love to put new investors in the hot seat. If you don't know, right, putting yourself in the hot seat, masterminding with people who are doing better than you, not even doing better than you, who have more experience than you, who have been around the block, have had more mistakes than you, right? It's important to get around those people, put your business in the hot seat, and get pointed in the right direction. Now, if you guys are in the crowd, if you guys are watching, you guys make sure you're squatting up with each other in the comments. And the tips that we are giving our guests today, you may have some of these same problems in your business today. So make sure you're taking notes, you're actually listening, you're paying attention. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the side chat. So Mike, who do we have today? Who we got with us today, bro?
We got my guy Liban. He was actually homeboy was on Wholesale Hard Knocks one day in the comments, squatting up, right? As Daryl was just saying, squatting up means like, yo, you're in the comments, you're hanging out with people, you're saying, hey, bro, I'm in this market. Where you at? Follow me on Instagram. Let's do some deals together, all the things. Liban was doing that in Wholesale Hard Knocks, okay? Then he was like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I got to go lock up a deal. And we're just like, all right, yeah, whatever. Homeboy comes back with the deal locked up. His very first acquisitions deal, like his very first time walking the seller through a sales process, boom, gets this thing locked up. And that's what this is about. So when Daryl's talking about like, hey, get together in these environments, get in Daryl's dog pound in the Discord, get in my Facebook group and network and do all the things. Like, this is how you get deals done. Get proximity to people actually doing the business. I had I locked up a deal for one of the Blueprint community members last week. It's the first deal that we locked up in that community. And I started that community, the Facebook community, maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that. And we already have a deal locked up. People are already getting deals. People are already acting on things, getting shit done. That's what this business is about. It's about doing deals together. I spent the first 7 months of my business trying to get it done on my own, and I didn't get anywhere.
How much money you make?
In the first, I lost. Bro, the real question is, how much money did you lose? Ouch. In the first 7 months of my business, I was like trying to get all these courses and stuff like that and just doing all the things. I was trying to get on like the radio. I was trying to get on mailers. I was trying to do PPC. I was just trying to do everything, learning from YouTube without any direction from a mentor or without any direction from a community. In 7 months in, I found myself like tens of thousands of dollars in the hole, ready to quit this business. And then I finally get into community and I get my first deal within like the first 3 weeks. And I'm saved because it was literally, I was like this. I was like, all right, my last shot in the dark. If this doesn't work, I'm done with real estate. This is fake. Real estate does not work. So my last shot in the dark was getting into a community. I got into the community and boom, I get a deal done. And now Mike is crushing deals. Okay. So we're looking to figure out how we can help y'all through somebody else's situation. We got Liban here, who is trying to scale his business, who is trying to gain some traction in the beginning. He already got a couple deals under his belt. Now we're trying to see how we get Liban to elite status of wholesaling. So, Liban, what's good, bro? Introduce yourself. Do all the things.
What's good, guys? My name is Liban. I've been watching Wholesale Hard Knocks for like the past month now. I was just in the chat, like you said. I was just commenting. It's crazy that I'm even up here. Like it's actually like I never in a million years would I think I'd be up here. It's crazy, but yeah, my name is Liban. I'm out in DFW. Yeah, I've been at this for about 6 months now. It's been a tough 6 months. Starting out, it was about 4 months, 3 months of me just learning, just trying to gain as much knowledge. But I was stuck in that analysis paralysis. I was
Come on, you
just
said you've been in the business for how long?
6 months.
6 months.
Six
Mike,
months.
we were just talking about how you did it the wrong way, right? Your first 7 months,
Mhm.
you were trying to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Liban, his first 6 months has deals, right? And Liban, not to cut you off, bro, but would you say you're doing this alone right now?
Right now I got my family doing it with me. I got my
No,
sisters.
but not even on that part, right? Like that's dope, right? I'm interested in getting into that.
Yeah.
But as far as community wise, right? You're in these chats
Yeah.
every single week. You're in the Discord. I see you in the Discord actively, right? Like you are active on social media and everything, right? So that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Are you doing this alone, or do you have friends that are actually doing this business as well?
I got friends, man. I got that community. You know, shout out like with Pace and Sub Two. Like I'm actually not a part of Sub Two. I'm a part of Astro.
Dope.
And the second like I tapped into that Sub Two community and part of the Astro community, there's just so much love. They help me out with so many things, even the Discord, just everybody helping out, just making each other better every day with the role plays. Yes, the community is just, if I didn't have that community, man, I don't know where I would be right now.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
good. So good, bro. All right, keep
Hard.
going, bro. Keep telling your story, bro. Where was Liban last year? How did we get to Liban today? Closing deals, being a badass.
And so when I first heard about real estate, like I'm gonna be honest, I thought like the only way you could get into real estate is if you use your own money, right? Like if you bought a house outright, $200,000 and you close it. Like that's what was on my mind the whole time. And I was like, there's no physical way like I can get into real estate. And that was me like a year ago. Like I was like, there's no way I can get into it. And then my mom, who's helped me every single day throughout this journey, she actually got into a community, and she bought this course, and that's when I first heard about real estate. And it wasn't a typical course; it was actually a fix and flipping course.
So
And
mom's a hustler. That's what
oh,
you're saying. Mom's
yeah,
a hustler. Maybe where's
That's
she
so
at,
dope.
bro? She needs to be up here on Wholesale Hardknocks, bro.
she needs to pull up because she's the glue. She's honestly like she brings me all the problem. Like she creates a problem and she comes to me. She's like, "Hey, like figure this out." And
That's
it's just
dope.
like I'm like, "Damn!" Like I have to figure it out. But yeah, she bought that course. That's when I first heard about it. It taught me like a little bit about fix and flipping. And like at first I knew fix and flipping wasn't where I wanted to be. Like I didn't like it that much because it was like you have to put all this money in and it's like a lot of risk factor to it. But I heard about wholesaling in that course. And then that's when I like it first opened to my mind about wholesaling. And I dialed into that. I went on YouTube videos. And this is like a 3 month period. It was like a 2 to 3 month period where I was just like watching so many videos on like wholesaling, Jerry Norton, Pace Morby creative videos. Like I was just dialed in every single day watching videos. And then after that 2 months period, I was like, I think I have enough
Well,
resources.
real,
Like
real quick, you gave that a name a little bit earlier. What did you call that?
analysis paralysis.
You want to hit on that? What is analysis paralysis?
Man, analysis paralysis is when you're too scared to do nothing. Like you're just all in the numbers and you're scared to take action. That's what analysis paralysis is.
Why were you
You were
scared?
only in that phase for 2 months, though.
2 months. Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't even call that analysis paralysis, bro. You're getting educated, and I like. Usually, what I would say is analysis paralysis is like when you're doing the education thing too long. You know what I mean? I think it's actually good that you've got a good foundation for 2 months of just like learning. Because I remember me in the beginning, I used to do kind of the same thing, just learning on bigger pockets, doing a lot of things like that. And then when I went to go take the next step, I doubled down on my education and I doubled down on my action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the beginning, like, dude, you got to get introduced to this stuff. You got to start like, you got to warm up to it. So 2 months is not bad, bro. 2 months is like crazy. Most people will like sit in analysis paralysis for years. Shit, I went to my first real estate meetup. I heard on the radio. It was like, hey, do real estate deals with no money out of your pocket. I'm like, okay, cool. Go that first time. I did like the 3-day workshop. Cole Hatter was actually the one putting it on, and I pretty much learned from Bigger Pockets from that day on for the next like 3 years, taking no action. And then finally I took it serious. And then that's when I started gaining traction. So, bro, 2 months of you just in analysis paralysis or learning is impressive for you taking action. So, guys, if you're watching it right now and you're stuck in a year of education without taking any action, take the freaking action. Liban did it in 2 months. Like, he only learned on YouTube for 2 months, and he was like, all right, I got to go do the thing. So that's really good, bro.
I feel like as well, bro, that goes with like personality types. Not to get too deep into that, right? But there's certain people who like Liban and Mike who they take time to study for a little bit. They get that foundation, right, which is really good. Those are the smarter people, right? They get the foundation and then they take off, right? Then you have people who go too long, right? Who they have to get every question answered before they even take a step and end up resulting in them not taking a step at all. Then you have people like me who are just like, I just shoot, then I aim after, and then I figure out the problems after. You know what I'm saying? So it's three different types. You don't want to be the second one where we talked about you're getting too much information and you're not taking enough action, right? So Liban doesn't have that problem. People on Wholesale Hardknocks, you shouldn't have that problem because we scream take action all day. All right, Lee, keep it going, bro. So where are we at? You in these courses? You learn about wholesaling.
And then when I got out of that analysis paralysis stage, and I was like, you know what, like I need to stop being.
Well, let's not call it that. Let's call it once you got your foundation.
You
weren't in analysis paralysis.
Yeah. When I had like my foundation, I understand what I have to do to get a deal, right? That's when, and around that point is when we joined Astro. Like I knew from the beginning, from like that while I was learning, that course wasn't it for me because it was just fix and flipping. And my mom was just like, my mom knew it wasn't it, so she was like, all right, let's join Astro. Like she is the most spontaneous. She will jump on anything, and she jumped on Astro, and she was like, let's join it. We did it. We joined Astro, and the second I joined Astro, I actually didn't even touch the course. It was just a community that I talked to, right? And with that, right then and there is when I found out that there was this guy in DFW that was doing deals, and I joined his team, and that was around, I'd say like around November is when I joined his team. Early November, close to early November, I joined his team. And
how old are you?
I'm 19.
What the fuck?
Hold on.
What the hell?
So 19 years old, homeboy gets into a community and starts getting into community. He gets in a community and then gets into community. I hope you guys understand the difference.
Yo, Mike, let's even just to hit on that real quick, right? Did you hear what homeboy said, bro? He didn't even look at the course.
Yeah.
Yes. AKA he just got right into the community.
Yes.
Like he said, all right, screw these modules. I'm not going to learn anything from these modules that I haven't learned on YouTube already. Let me just get right into the community so I can get let me get in the community so I can get into the community. What I'm saying is the difference is you get in the community, right? Which means like, hey, you're there, you're a member, okay? And then when you get into community, that's when you're like literally doing the things with other investors, right? So I was talking to a guy today and he was pretty much trying to get started in real estate. And one of the biggest pieces of advice I gave him was, bro, because he asked me, he's like, hey, should I be doing deals in my local market or should I be doing deals outside of my market? And I was like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, oh, well, I'd love to do deals in my own market, but I just don't really know anybody doing deals. So I'm thinking, the money's elsewhere. I'm like, no. There's deals absolutely everywhere. I think you should start in your own market if you want to. And the most important thing is when you do that, go make like 5 or 10 friends who are actually doing business, like different types of friends, wholesalers, fix and flippers, buy and hold investors, attorneys, like have a couple different friends in the industry in your market. And then you're going to start gaining some traction. So Liban comes in a community. Okay. He takes the first step and then he gets into community. Like he starts like actually building relationships. And then the relationship is what landing him the opportunity to hop on somebody's team where he really started gaining traction. So guys, that's the thing. It's the people that you're around 100% that's going to push you. And I didn't have that. I was hanging out with like one other dude in the area and he helped me out a lot. One other dude in my area doing fix and flips. That's the only dude in the area that I was like chopping it up with for those 7 months. And then all of a sudden I get in a community to get into community. And all of a sudden I had 10, 15 friends that were doing the business and we were all helping each other out.
Exactly.
So talk about once you get on this person's team, what happens from there?
So I joined his team, and knowing now, and I remember speaking to you guys about this, is I didn't do my due diligence, right? I didn't look into the team. I didn't see how everything was going, how their systems were and everything. It was a spontaneous decision. He gave me the opportunity. I knew he was doing deals. But I didn't dig deeper than that. And he gave me the opportunity to join his team, and I did that, right? So I joined his team. And then the second I joined his team, so his business was he runs Facebook campaigns, and he has VAs that also cold call. And so he has a bunch of leads that come in every single day. He has like about 3 leads from Facebook campaigns that come in, 3 to 2 that come in every single day. And you just have to hop on the call with them and see if they're interested in like your number, because they're already motivated, they're already open to selling. So that's what I did. I was basically like his acquisitions guy, and all I would be doing was just hopping on a call with his leads and just seeing if our cash offer would work for him, because he was only doing cash at the time. He didn't know anything about creative. He was only a cash wholesaler. So I joined his team. I started off by doing that. I'm calling every single time a new lead. I pick up, I talk to them. I see if our cash offer would work for them. And like 9 times out of 10, it didn't, because cash, it was just like, we would have to get it at such a low number that they would think it's disrespectful. And that went on for like a month and a half. Like it was just like, no. And then some of them say yes, and then all of a sudden we get ghosted by them, right? So it was a month and a half of just like a straight headache. Like nothing was happening. Like I was on the call with them. I was calling them. And I was also in charge of calling those old leads that he had to see if they were still interested in selling. And just nothing came out of it. And I kind of realized like at that point, what I was kind of like an assistant. I was kind of like a VA at that point. Like I realized I was a VA, right? Because all I was doing was I was calling his dead leads. Like these were people that are in the middle of nowhere. It's just like it wasn't a good system, right? And he was trying to build his team. He didn't have a team. He was trying to build his team. I was actually the first person that joined his team. And he didn't know how to fit me in for it to make sense. So it was like about a month and a half or 2 of that, and it just didn't go well. So that's when I finally left. That's when we finally part ways, right? And I actually closed my first deal with his lead. And I had to split it with him, obviously, because that was his lead. It was when we part ways. We part ways, but I was still calling some of his old leads, and I got one of them open to our offer, and they liked our offer a lot. And I after they said yes, like I didn't know much. I knew how to send over a contract. I didn't have any buyers at the time. I didn't have anybody at the time. But once they said yes, like I told them, hey, like one of your old leads or said yes to our number. And then that's when he came in, he closed it, and that was the first and last deal that I did with him.
That's so good, bro. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. So it was getting in community that ended up helping you get your first deal.
Yeah.
And now you have proof of concept. So you have this deal that you've gotten, right? Is that was the last deal that you did?
So I have 2 deals that I am about to close on. One of them I have to wait about 2 weeks. Another one we are set to close. I think my sister closed on it today. So we closed on one today.
Damn.
I have, and it's crazy. I don't think you remember, but there was this golden ticket event, and that's where I first learned about creative financing. At this golden ticket event, that's when I was first exposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember seeing you there.
huh?
I remember seeing you there.
Yeah, I didn't know who anybody was. I didn't know who Marlon was. I didn't know, like, I knew a little bit about Pace. I just knew a lot about the Astro community. And then that's when I first learned about creative. And then now I'm working with Damien, and we're about to close on my first creative wholesale deal in about 30 days.
Oh, bro, you are crushing it. You're absolutely crushing it. I want to get back to what you were talking about with your story though. You said working on the guy's team. You said you didn't vet him correctly. What makes you think you didn't vet him correctly? What happened in his operation that made you say you didn't vet him correctly?
So when I joined his team, so when I joined,
not to cut you off real quick, my bad. Let me just elaborate a bit on that, right? Because I know what happened, right? You said what happened, right? I heard you say, you were following up with the leads and all that stuff. What was the expectation when he brought you on the team? What were you expecting when you came onto the team?
So what I was expecting was, he had his business, and he was going to do everything that he could to like control his business. He was going to continue to call leads. He was going to continue to do his own thing, but I was just going to be accessory to that. And I was going to help him call leads. I was going to help him close deals if I could.
Is this the expectation that he's given you, or that you thought about it?
That's the expectation that I had. I thought he was
okay.
I thought he was
I'm gonna give some advice. I'm gonna cut you off really quick.
Yeah.
One thing for the guy that hired you, I'll give some advice for him if he's watching, and then for you. So what I tell my people that are onboarded, I tell them a couple different things. First thing, don't expect to make money right away. Be okay with not making money for the first 3 months.
Facts.
Because here's what happens. This is a sales job. So you got to grow your pipeline up, and then your pipeline starts converting. But not only is it a sales job, but it's also a real estate job. Real estate takes a little bit to actually receive the check. It's not like car sales where you get a check that day when you close. You know what I mean? So
and on top of that too, what season is Liban in, right? What season are you in when you usually work on somebody's team? You're in a season of learning and grinding, right? So the money is coming. Right now you're planting your seeds right now.
Exactly. So I let these people know that it's going to take a while to convert and actually receive a check, but it's also going to take a while for you to build your foundation. To your point, you're gonna need 2 or 3 months of really hammering the phones, getting some sales training, understanding how to get these things done, and then you'll start converting at a consistent rate. So be okay with not gaining any traction. And by the way, this is advice if you're starting a business too. If you're starting a business, be okay with not making any money for the first half a year. Okay. So that's the first thing I tell these people. The second thing I tell these people is, hey, I'm going like, so what this guy did, I actually kind of like what he did, how he put you on all the dead leads and stuff.
I like
I
it.
actually kind of like that because I tell my people, I'm going to put you on these dead leads, okay, or these warm leads that are in a long-term drip campaign. Your job is to set up at least once a day, which is not that much, out of these dead leads is to set up one appointment for the acquisitions team.
Yep.
We're going to see where you're at after 2 weeks. And I'm not going to give you much training in the beginning. You're going to have to go out and be resourceful and make it happen. And if you can't be resourceful enough, I'm going to let you know, hey, here's what we're going to need. We're going to need to know, why they're looking to sell, the purchase price, the timeline, right? Condition really doesn't matter. I'm going to let them know we're going to need the 4 pillars, but I'm not going to tell you how to go about getting that. But I'm going to give you 2 weeks to start gaining some traction and get some appointments set up because it's like the easiest thing to do. And if you can't do that without my help, then we're not a good fit. So that's just some advice I would give that guy when he's onboarding some people on his team. Now, for you, I would reverse engineer what I just said and expect that going in. Be like, okay, you're probably going to be like, damn, well, I never done this before. I don't know, but I'm a badass and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna call as many people as I can, and I know what I got to get done, and I'm gonna grind and grit until I get these appointments booked up for the acquisitions team.
Yeah.
Okay? And those are the expectations. But knowing like, hey, I'm here to just like serve and get better. And do whatever it takes to book these appointments. That's kind of the mindset I would go into anybody looking to get on somebody's team.
For sure.
Yeah. And for sure, that's what I even told him, I was like, hey, I'm fine with not getting anything for 2 months. I'm fine with not making a check for 2 months. If I could just learn this game and understand what it takes to talk to sellers and understand like how to, be able to have a structure with them and be able to see it to the finish line, I'd be like, I'm 100% fine with not getting anything, right? But with him, it was like I was in charge of everything. Every single lead that came in, hot, warm, cold, it does not matter. I was in charge of it. I was in charge of following up with that. And, I was in charge of the dead leads also. Like I had to call them also. And I was just like, it was just so much going on. I was like, yo, what am I doing right now? It was just like, I loved how he threw me into the fire. And I feel like that's why, that's where I got to right now. Like, that's how I grew. But he was paying like $6,000 a month for this. Like, and these were all his leads. And I was like, man, like if you're paying $6,000, like you gotta, like, I was like, please help me, like teach me. And like whenever like I was talking to a lead, he would barely like teach me the ropes on how to talk to them, and like it just didn't feel like I was learning. It just felt like I was like overwhelmed with a bunch of things, right? And I completely understand he wanted to throw me in the fire, but it was just he got mad at me because it was like he felt his money was being wasted like on his leads and everything. And I was like, hey man, like I wanted to learn, like that was my goal. I wanted to learn. I wanted to do these things, but like I wanted your guidance. I wanted your help. I wanted to learn.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if he doesn't have the right systems and stuff in place for you to actually learn while you get onto the business, then that's 100% on his fault. We need to bring him up here and put his business in the hot seat for sure. So that's not on you. So okay, you made the choice. You left. You went on your own path. Now, my advice to you, bro, let's still give this guy his flowers because he did. Whether you know it or not, you still learned a lot from him, right? Him throwing you in the fire is some of the best teaching that he probably could have gave you.
100%. And I tell him to this day, bro, like I said, thank you for everything that you taught me. Like even though it sucks because we parted on good terms, but like the way we ended things wasn't like the way you probably sought out. Like you wanted a team and you didn't get that, but I tell him every day, I'm like, hey bro, thank you for all that you've done for me. Cause like without being thrown in that fire, like that's why I say everybody, like you got to take action. And I was taking action at the beginning, but what he did, that was like, action times 2, bro. Like I was like, it was so much information, and I learned every single day, just talking to different sellers. But yeah, I got to give him his flowers at the end of the day.
Sure. I love it. So what does your business look like now? You're with your family. It sounds like it's a family business you got going on. Break that down for us.
So right now, we've been at this for like 3 weeks now. We've been trying to figure out the different niches that we're gonna be in, where we're gonna focus, where we're gonna put our focuses on. So right now we have my brother that's door knocking. He door knocks pre-foreclosures, and we just connected with Don Rich. Do you know who D Rich is?
Come on, bro. He's an OG on Wholesale Hardknocks, bro.
Right.
He's a legend. He's bro, nice enough. Like he said, if we pick a day, he's gonna go out and teach us the ropes with pre-foreclosures and everything, even Evan Hall. So we have that going on. We're gonna learn more from him with that pre-foreclosure side. And we have my sister, she used to do dispositions, but she's on the acquisition side. She's gonna start calling expired listings. We have a connection. We have a guy that if we just bring him creative deals, he'll pay for any of our lists. He'll skip trace it all and everything. So we have that going on, and we have me now. All I do is just I call agents. I call agents that have 1 year. I call properties that's listed on market that's only been owned for 1 year. That's individuals, so people that have no equity, to see if we can get any sub-2 opportunities from that. But that's where our focuses are right now.
So you have you calling agents, you have your brother doing door knocking, and then what was the last one?
Expired listings.
Who's doing that? Your
My
sister? So your sister's calling expired listings, like calling the sellers directly.
Mm-hmm.
You are calling agents, and your brother is door knocking.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We got the basis of that down. What we're going to do is we're going to take that structure into a hot seat really quick. Before we do that, Daryll, let's go over some church announcements, bro. What do we got? What do we got coming up?
Yo, I have some fun things coming up on YouTube and in the Discord channel, in the Dog Pound Discord. I think we're like 12 people away from getting to 400. So let's get at the 400 this week. If you are not in the Dog Pound Discord, you're playing games, click the link. Actually, if you go on my YouTube page, it's in the link in my YouTube. Is it in the description too, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the description. Yeah, hit the link in the description and join the Discord. And
400 people, dang, bro.
400 people, bro. It's been about a month since we started this off.
Bro, people are active in there too. Like my notifications be going crazy.
It's crazy, bro. And I barely even have to I'm working on. Actually, this is an announcement. We're about to start doing Q&As in the Discord. So regular Q&As where everybody who's in there is able to jump in and ask any question you have, and I'll be able to answer it to the best of my ability. If I've been through it, I'll answer the question. I've been through a lot of things, and I know people who've been through a lot of things, so I can point you through to a lot of different directions.
What's crazy? It's crazy because this is free. Now, I was talking to my acquisition manager today, and we were just going over some call calibrations and stuff, and I'm like, dang, bro, I really do not have the time to sit here and do role plays with Homeboy every single day. I'm like, go sign up for Daryll's Discord.
That's tough.
Get in there, and do as many role plays as possible. Not only that, but your job in the next week from today's Wednesday. So by next Wednesday, your job is to gain at least 5 friends who you are comfortable enough with to hop on a Zoom and talk to sellers with. If you don't have 5 friends, you might be off my team.
Is that Felipe?
Yeah.
Bro, there's a channel in the Discord. There's a virtual office channel in the Discord for people to go in there. Liban, you go in there, don't you, to make calls sometimes?
Yeah, we set up. I have a Zoom with some of my boys. We just hop in there and we
Okay, you got a Zoom. We ain't talking about your Zoom right now, bro. We talking about the Discord. Now we about to talk about the Dog Pound, bro. We have a virtual office in the Dog Pound Discord. That you can go in there. It's a voice channel, and you can turn your video on as well. And it's almost like a Zoom. You sit in there and you make calls, and there's a bunch of people who jump in there that's in the Discord as well. So tell them to jump in there, bro.
Yeah,
He is, bro.
Brandon, look, shout out to Brandon. B Will, he stays in the virtual office, bro. He stays in the virtual office, making calls, helping out family going through pre-foreclosures. He's crushing it.
Love it.
What you got, bro? It's in the blueprint, dog.
So we got first things first. This week it's now Wednesday, so by the end of Friday, not taking any more interviews, but we're interviewing for another acquisition manager position. So we're bringing on more closers. Ooh. So if you want to learn this thing called sales, if you really want to understand how to convert at a high rate and get a masterclass in sales, you already heard what my expectations are. In the beginning, in the first 2 weeks, if you're not locking up appointments for the acquisitions team, then like we're probably not a good fit, and you're not going to get much training past that. But if you crush it in the first 2 weeks, and if you're resourceful in the first 2 weeks, then you are going to get poured into. You are going to you have showed that you are a badass and that you want to get these deals done. So I'm going to pour into you sales training, call calibrations, underwriting, all that type of stuff. So if you want, go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say, what an opportunity, bro. Like, I don't think people understand that Mike should be charging for his sales training, right? And pretty soon, I know he's going to be charging for his sales training, right? And to get on his team and to get all this for free, while you get to make money, he's actually going to pay you to learn sales. Think about that. Mm-hmm. What an opportunity, bro. It's insane. It's insane. But don't come to him playing games, right? Come correct, because homeboy is putting that work in to make sure when you come onto his team, you have the tools that you need to succeed.
Yeah. I've realized like one of my biggest things that I've failed at, I wouldn't say failed, but that I need to do a better job at in the past year is onboarding people.
Yeah.
And giving people the kind candor. Letting them know, hey, we're probably not a good fit.
Yep.
This is with virtual assistants, with potential partners and all that type of stuff, right? Like,
you gotta do it fast too.
And you got to do it fast. So I'm not playing. If you're not in there like trying to really get better and being like a sponge, yeah, come in, bro.
Bro, a good closer, a good closer that you bring onto your team, like a good closer that you are onboarding onto your team, right? That somebody who you're thinking about bringing on, and not even thinking about bringing on. You bring them onto your team and you show them the ropes on how to become a closer. The ones that are going to stick around, they're going to show you that they stick around, right? And like he's looking for talent, right? Like if you come onto his team and take the action, you're going to close a deal, right? That's how it should be. You should close deals within the first 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If not, like fuck setting an appointment. You should be closing a deal in the first 2 weeks because you're making the amount of calls that you need to make. You're doing what Mike tells you that you need to do, and he's not going to tell you nothing wrong.
I just need to see resourcefulness in the first 2 weeks. I don't even care about deals being closed. If you're like grinding, getting these appointments set, and showing that you're actually like doing whatever it takes, then cool. We can work together. I'm willing to pour into you. I'm willing to get you to the point where you are a killer closer. Okay, that's where I want to get somebody. So if you're listening to this right now and you're like, yo, I would love the opportunity to learn sales and get paid to do it. And I also know that I'm the type of person who will go in somewhere and give somebody my absolute best and be a freaking sponge, then you should shoot me a DM at the Mike Gomes right here at the Mike Gomes on Instagram, and we are going to set up an interview with you. I'm only doing it until Friday, so I already had a ton of interviews this week, but I'm picking probably like 3 or 4 people to get in there and do calls, and whoever is the most resourceful in those first 2 weeks, those are the people that get the position. So also with that being said, same thing, Facebook group in the description below, join blueprintrei.com. I just had my guy, Adrian, bring in a lead in here. We're already closing deals. Same thing with Daryll. Daryll has a Q&A. We do Zooms for the Facebook group only. So I had people come into the office. We hosted the Zoom as well at the same time. It was a meetup that was in person and on Zoom at the same time. Those things are going on. Join blueprintrei.com to get in there. Now, let's get into Liban. Liban has, okay, if we go back to his business, he has him. So just to circle back a little bit, he went on somebody's team, did pretty well. He got a deal under his belt from it, right? Like, that's pretty good. Good job. Granted, Liban's like, dang, this guy's spending a lot of money, and I don't really have the systems and processes in place to really like be consistent here. So I'm going to go build my own thing now that I have gained a lot of knowledge, gained some traction, got a deal under my belt. Now I have proof of concept. So Liban was like, hey, let me go talk to agents. Okay. I have 3 people on my team. It's me, my sister, my brother. I will be the person to go talk to agents. My sister will be the person to go talk to sellers from expired listings. And my brother will be the one door knocking. Okay. That's where we're at.
My mom was like the one at the top.
And your mother is just the gangster.
Yeah.
What does she do? Like, when you get, does she talk to the leads and close? Like, what does she do when you get
the gangster, bro?
She brings opportunities. Like, she like, we went to meet up. Like, I don't know what she does in like a full day, because I kind of like am not there. But she went to a meetup. She found out a person is selling a house on terms, and now she's about to close it right now with Damien. Like, she just brings opportunity. She brought me a lead that is about to be in foreclosure, and now I'm about to go and I'm about to get it. She just, like, wherever she can find an opportunity, she just tries to bring it to she tries to bring it to us and see if we have the right person. But she's just there, helping us out any which way.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Yo, Mike, I already know what I want to tell him. I already know you're probably on the same page. So what feedback you got for bro?
So every single business, no matter if you are a painting business, no matter if you are a car sales business or you're a wholesale business, you need this thing called leads. Okay. You don't have anything. You don't have a business at all. Any type of business, if you do not have leads. Now, the cool thing about what you're doing is you understand that is important. So you have all 3 of your team members generating leads. Okay. Yeah. The problem is all 3 of those different things are all pretty much 3 different businesses in themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, calling agents is a whole different business than door knocking. Door knocking is a whole different business than calling sellers. Like, you have 3 different types of lead gen departments, which means you're going to need 3 different systems and processes for all of them. You're going to need 3 different team members surrounding those departments. You're going to need 3 different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you really want to do, it's very similar to what I was doing in the beginning, bro. I talked about those 7 months where I went with no deals and I almost lost my shirt, right?
Yeah.
I was doing PPC. I was sending out mailers. I was trying to get on radio ads. I was door knocking. I was doing driving for dollars. I was doing literally everything, but I wasn't consistently generating leads in one of them. So maybe I get a lead in PPC, and then maybe I'd, drive by a house and I'd get a good lead for a door knocking or whatever, right? But there was no consistency. And it was very hard to set up a structured day and systems and processes doing all the things. Okay. And it wasn't until about my 5th month into it, I hired a virtual assistant. And that's when I consistently started generating leads. I was generating like 2 or 3 leads a day with my virtual assistant. I still wasn't closing because I didn't understand sales and I wasn't in a community yet, and I wasn't into community in that community yet. Mm-hmm. So I didn't convert until that happened. But the thing that was cool is once I got into a mentorship, mentor tells me, hey, Mike, you're generating leads. Like, you're consistently generating leads with one thing. Like, good job, which means you have the first part of the business down. Really good. Okay. Now you just got to go learn how to convert. Now go in the community and learn how to convert. And that's what I did. And that's how I got deals. But it took one consistent thing that I could rely on generating me leads every single day that I have completely automated. Yeah. One of my virtual assistants, this is bananas. One of them yesterday, one alone, generated 14 leads in a day.
Damn.
Yo, I'm not kidding, bro.
What the hell?
14.
That's pretty dope.
But it's from all the work that we've done. I asked her today, I'm like, hey, how long have you been with me? She's like, about 2 years now. And I'm like, holy crap. That is why. We've put in the work. We've built in the systems and processes for the past 2 years. And that's why you have the ability to generate 14 leads in a day.
Yep.
So it's very hard to do that around 3 different types of strategies. Do you see where I'm getting at?
Yeah, I see you.
Yep. That's a great point, Mike. We're definitely on the same page, right? It's almost like you guys have the right idea, right? I see what you guys are thinking, like divide and conquer, right? Like you do this, we do this, and next thing you know, we are all whole families listening to this HotSeat. That's dope. That's dope. The family's here, right? So what you guys are doing right now is you guys are almost have like squirrel brains, right? We're like, or what do we call this? I'm trying to think of the name of this, but it's everything is hot, right? It's like, okay, agent outreach, we got to do agent outreach because that's the hot thing, right? Yeah. You need to knock on doors because that's the hot thing. I'm telling you, if you just focus on one of them, right, and now divide the family into everybody has a role that is within the one business, and their job is to develop that part of the business and hire people underneath them to remove themselves, right? So let's look at it this way, right? I have a let me share my screen. 1 second.
Yeah, bro. It's cool having a bunch of different lead gen like strategies, which you should do that, right? But in the beginning, it's hard to set up systems and processes for a part at the same time. But then you can go venture off and do different types of ones later on.
Right. And once you set this up, bro, once you set this main conveyor belt up right here, now you can add more versions of these leads because you already have the main system set up, right? You already have the main conveyor belt set up. Now you just need to set up the different processes for these specific leads, right? So with me, for instance, right, and we'll look at this whole thing. This is a wholesale, but this is any business, right?
Yeah. Hold on. This is some stuff that you would see at like a mastermind, bro.
For sure.
That's crazy.
For sure.
Y'all better take a screenshot or something before.
For sure. I share this with my team, bro. I shared like this is that education that we're talking about. Like when you get onto somebody's team, this is the type of stuff that you need to learn, right? This is what the business is. This is what the business looks like, right? So everything starts with lead generation, and there's different ways you can get the leads, right? You can cold call, JV leads, agent outreach, like you guys are doing. MLS expired, you guys are doing that. PPC, SMS, job for deals.
They're doing half the tree, bro.
You're doing half of it, bro. And you see you're doing more shit than me, right? Yeah. We're using 2. We're working with wholesalers and JV leads, and we're doing cold calling, right? So and we started off with JV, and once we got really good at JV and these systems and
damn, Daryl's stuck in the matrix. But I guess what Daryl's probably saying is he started off with JV, built his systems and processes around JV. And then once he had that was solid, he was like, okay, now I can go build out another branch of my lead gen, which is now reaching directly out to sellers via cold calling and texting. I actually did something very similar. I did the opposite. I started off with cold calling and texting. And I was generating my own leads, and I gained some traction. I finally built a system around it. And then what happened from there is, my brand started growing, and people saw me as somebody who could close their deals. So they started sending me JV leads. And now I have both. I have leads coming in from my cold callers and I have leads coming in from other wholesalers. But that's the only thing that I do. Like just those two for lead generation. That's the only thing.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
I came back and messed everything up. What the heck?
Dang, yo, we got 2 dials. That's enough. Yo, one is enough, bro.
What is going on, bro?
One is enough, bro.
My bad, bro. It's my bad, bros. Hold on. Let me remove these. All right, boom.
I love this comment right here. Joseph says, exactly. I don't want to be a jack of all trades, master of none. 100%. You want to be a master. Master of many at some point, but it starts with being a master at one.
Facts.
That's facts.
Right. Let me finish. Can I finish real quick, Mike? I know you jumped in. And real quick. So, but yeah, what I was saying was we started off with JV, right? That we got that automated, we got that systematized, and then we added cold callers, right? So a lot of these things you can outsource, right? So like in my business, for instance, lead generation, this is outsourced, right? This is outsourced from other wholesalers. This is outsourced from my VAs, the VA company that we use.
Oh,
dang it. Daryll keeps getting stuck in the matrix. Diego says, mastering JV. Love it. Yeah, master one thing.
Yeah. Instead of trying to be all over the place.
Yeah, once you master this one thing, bro, and here's what you do. You go back to your team and you start looking at what makes sense for your team, for your team's personality, and also what's working.
Yeah.
Right? Because different types of lead generations, are you just in one market?
Yeah, DFW.
So are you just marketing in that market?
Yeah, just that market.
So a lot of the times, and this is a gem, like this is a gem that took me a long time to figure out. Each market has different types of lead generations that work better than others. Exactly. For some sort of reason, in Florida, texting might work better than it works up here. Vice versa, calling might work. Bandit signs might work down there. Mailers work well up here. Radio works well up here, not somewhere else. Like you got to figure out what the people are doing. That's why I was saying, make like 10 friends in your market. Maybe 3 of them being good wholesalers that are getting the thing done in your market, and figure out what they're doing for marketing, and then tackle that marketing strategy. So what I would do is a couple things. I would, one, go back to your team and figure out, what best fits everybody's personality. Try to tackle one lead generation strategy. Okay. And build your team around that one lead generation strategy. So the way you figure out that lead generation strategy is by looking at the personalities in every single in your team, right? Yeah. It's going to make the most sense. But then 2, going in your market, getting in community with your market, and figuring out what the people are doing in your market, the people that are successful, and then reverse engineer the whole entire thing. So you might go find a friend who's knocking pre-foreclosures and is crushing it, is doing like 5 deals a month, just knocking pre-foreclosures. Make that guy your friend, figure out what the heck he's doing, and then build your team around this door knocking, right? Or it could be talking to agents or whatever. But you got to go figure that out.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are your thoughts?
Nah, like, I mean, I kind of had that eerie feeling from the beginning, because you're right. Like a lot of people, like we were all focused on different things. Even me, I was all over the place. Like I wanted to do direct to seller. I wanted to, because that's what I was doing before. I wanted to do direct to seller, but I was like, you know what? Let me do agent outreach and let me focus on
why.
It's just because like right now I'm stressing on like I want to spend as little money as I can starting out, and then once I'm able to get it done, then I can start maybe direct to seller, and maybe I hire a VA that brings me opportunities, and then I'll close on them. But I am also still doing some direct seller. Like I have people that send me deals sometimes. But that's just JV deals. That's not direct to seller. But yeah, that's the reason.
Shout out to my guy Cash Money Mike in the building, baby. If y'all not following Cash Money Mike, go follow him on IG. The seller finance expert. He knows everything seller finance. If you guys have any questions about seller finance, shoot him a DM. He'll help you out. But yeah, bro. So it's like there was two things that I gave you. There was one, figuring out the personalities of your team, right? To figure out the lead gen. So we understand there's a problem here. We got to figure out one lead generation strategy to tackle. Okay. So that's the high level thing that we're working on. We got to figure out how we go get that. First thing, figuring out the personality between everybody. Okay. The second thing is figuring out what's working in your market. And then the third thing kind of combines two different things, is factoring in your time versus money. So if you have a lot of time, right, you're going to be able, and not a lot of money, you're going to be looking at things like door knocking and cold calling and things like that, right?
Yeah.
If you have a lot of money, but not so much time, you're going to be looking at things like PPC and radio ads and mailers and stuff like that. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
So look at those three different things. Go have a conversation with your team about those three different things, and then look at all the different types of lead generations. Okay. And then pick one. Go find the systems and processes to build that lead generation strategy out and hammer it with your team. And have people wearing different hats.
Okay. And what are those different hats? Like if we had to, like you said, find the personality, like how would we divide once we find that out? Like once we find out which one is best for which position, what are the different hats that we would assign them?
This is really, 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 really good. This is a good question, and I'm gonna share my screen really quick. Daryll had a head out, by the way, so we'll finish it. I'll show you all the hats and everything like that, and then we can get rocking and rolling. But
awesome.
Really good question. It's important to wear all the hats. Okay. Not wear all the hats, but it's important to fulfill all the hats. If you don't fulfill all the hats, you're going to end up with holes in your business. So, but to your point, you're like, Mike, how the heck do I know which hats to fill? Okay. For some reason, my whiteboard is not working. So this is what we're going to do. I got the whiteboard right here. All right. Let me know if you can see this.
Yep.
Is this the right way? Or is it backwards?
It's the right way. It's good.
Love it. So you have these hats that you're wearing, right? Now, I'm going to show you in a cold calling department what these hats are. Okay? So you have lead gen. Okay? For my business, I'm going to go over what my business looks like.
Okay.
We'll call this a hat. My that's a terrible hat, Mike. Come on, bro.
You're good.
Okay. Here's the lead gen hat. This is your cold callers and your texters.
Okay.
These are people having very quick conversations. They're having like 2 or 3 minute conversations, finding out a couple different things. They're finding out, hey, is somebody interested in selling? Okay? Why are they interested in selling? How much do they want in their timeline? That's all they're getting. It's like a 2 or 3 minute conversation. You have to consistently fill this hat every single day. Yeah. So if it's just you, if there's only one person in the business, and it's not because you have multiple team members, but if somebody's listening, they're by themselves, you have to dedicate time to just having these 2 or 3 minute conversations. Okay. So time block, like maybe 2 to 3 hours a day on just filling the lead gen hat, which means when you get on the phone with a seller, do not try to take them down the path of a sales process. Yeah. Because as you do that, you're going to have a 30-minute conversation, and now you just ate up at all this time in order to and now you taking time from your lead gen. You know what I mean? So now your leads dry up. And the leads is the lifeline of your business. So you want to stay consistent with this. Then you have your lead management. Okay. This is another hat.
Okay.
These conversations are a little bit more in depth. These conversations are maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. These are follow-up people. So these are people just hanging out with existing leads that are already generated, maybe fresh leads that were just generated, right? And their sole purpose is to follow up every single day with the pipeline. So these people grow your pipeline. The lead managers manage the pipeline. Okay? Until somebody's ready to sell. So you want to fill this hat up too. When you're starting out, maybe you don't have a big pipeline because you don't have that many leads.
Yeah.
This will start filling up. And this will be somewhere where you're spending like 2 or 3 hours a day if you're doing this business by yourself.
Okay.
And then you come down here to your closers. And you're going to want to fill this hat. This hat is not going to be that busy in the beginning because it's going to take time to generate leads and grow your pipeline.
Yeah.
But this is your dog. This is your person that's like, if you're doing deals in your backyard, this is the person that's going on site, right? That's bringing somebody through a whole entire sales process. These conversations should be bare minimum like 1 hour long.
Wow.
You know what I mean? These are people that you're bringing through a whole entire process. You're sitting at their freaking kitchen table, like about to have dinner with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people. These are your hot leads.
Damn. Okay.
Now with my with our business, right? Our closers, we're getting a deal signed. I had my acquisition manager give an offer within like 10 minutes the other day. I'm like, bro, you did like that was not a good job. There's no way you can give an offer within 10 minutes. You got to stay on the phone with these people for a while, extract as much information as possible and keep them on the phone as much as possible. But you need to be wearing this hat. This hat is not going to require that much time in the beginning because, like I said, you're going to be filling your pipeline up until this hat all of a sudden starts to get fulfilled a lot.
Yeah.
You still want to dedicate time to it, and you want to dedicate a person to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see.
And for all this, so these are all your dogs going out there hunting, getting the business done every single day. Okay. Now that you have this up here, you're going to need your integrator. Here's your integrator hat.
Okay.
Okay. This is the person who manages all of this. So in order to have this work, you're going to need things like a CRM. You're going to need to pull data. You're going to need to manage phone numbers. You're going to have to do all the analytic data type of things.
Yeah.
And you're going to have somebody manage that.
Yeah.
This is the person that pulls your data. This is the person that manages the CRM. This is the person that does all the KPIs and all that type of stuff. This is the person that manages everything, all the background stuff.
Yeah.
So you need this integrator hat to be filled as well. Because if you don't have that, how are you going to pull data or manage data for your call callers and texters? And how are you going to manage the CRM? And how are you going to make sure people's doing their jobs? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So as you're looking at all these hats, sometimes in the beginning, if you just have one person, it might be just yourself. If it's just yourself, you're going to want to dedicate time to this. So for me in the beginning, I was doing it all on my own. I didn't have a business partner or a team or anything like that.
Yeah.
I always had a virtual assistant generate me leads, right? But I was wearing every other hat. So in the beginning, right, when I hired my first virtual assistant, the only hat that I didn't need to wear was this lead gen hat. But I had to do the follow-up. I had to do the closing. I had to do the integrator stuff. And what I did is I time blocked time for every single hat. Okay, so I took an hour or two out of my day to do the data management.
Yeah.
An hour or two out of my day to do the lead management. Took an hour or two a day to go on appointments and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I structured all my days. Okay.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So you're gonna want to be able to understand that. Hey, when I go figure out the lead gen, right? When I go figure out the strategy I want to tackle, let me figure out how I go fill all these hats. Let me go look back at my team, see who makes sense on all these hats, right? And then let me go figure out how much money we have and see if we can outsource maybe this first thing, the lead gen. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you want to outsource. Okay. Then let me figure out what's working in my market, right? If this is door knocking. By the way, all this is for door knocking. This is for talking to agents. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that little big bubble at the beginning.
Exactly. This is for all lead gen. This could be for any business, bro. This could be for like a painting business, could be for a dumpster business, anything.
Yeah.
You need to wear these hats, or else you don't have a business.
Wow. That helped a lot, man. That really did. I gotta take a photo. Actually, no, I'll take the video back.
You can go back to the video and watch it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir, bro. This is the things that I wish somebody taught me in the beginning.
Yeah.
But now that you have that in your brain, you're like, okay, dude, this is so simple.
Yeah.
Now I just have to get the right people in the right hats. And if I get the right people in the right hats, then boom, there should be no reason why we're not getting deals. And if we're not getting deals, then that means somebody's not doing their job correctly in the hats.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think my time's up. I think like 10 minutes and I'm done. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're out of here. Is that the boss?
Yeah, I'll be heading out right now.
Okay,
Actually,
thank you.
yeah. All right. Yeah, I gotta head out.
Was that the boss?
No, I'm at the library right now. I reserved the room.
Oh, there you go. I love that, bro. Super dope. But yeah, brother, Lee, we're gonna have you back to see how you fulfilled all these hats, bro, and how your business takes off from here. I'm excited, bro. You're a freaking action taker. You already have gotten some deals under your belt. Now it's just time to like buckle up and scale this bad boy.
Yep.
So I'm excited for you, bro. Any other questions you have for me?
Nothing, man. It's just I gotta process a lot of these things. I'm gonna rewatch the video. But I really appreciate you breaking everything down for me. It helped,
bro.
Helped a lot.
You're the man, bro. I'm excited for you.
All right, man. You're gonna see the progress from here. It's gonna take off.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We out here. Let's go, Lee. Appreciate you coming on here, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you and Daryl. Take care, guys.
Yes, sir. People, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification for me and Daryl's channel, and get in Daryl's Discord. This is all in the description, by the way. So if you go in the description, you're going to see Daryl's Discord channel. You'll see my Facebook community. We're breaking down people's businesses like this in both of our communities. I've been getting people deals in my communities. Daryl's getting people deals in his communities. The community members are getting people deals like other community members deals. It's just like, it's super dope. So get in those communities. We appreciate y'all watching. We are out. Peace out.